Hello everyone, welcome to week number 3 of database systems. This is a quick lesson video and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what's on Blackboard and go over the lesson plan and the assignments. So let me move this out of the way. I am sharing with you the week 3 of the Blackboard, and as usual there is a topic introduction. Here's the objectives. Here's the instructional material that I posted, and this video will be posted up here and replace this guy here. And then there are the assignments below. If you look on the lesson plan here, and if you download that and open it up, you will see this guy here. Pause it for a second. So here's the lesson plan. Just want to make a few comments. In terms of the administrative item, starting this week, I have changed the due dates from Saturdays to Fridays. And they are noted on all of the assignments here. So in previous weeks, they were due on Saturday, and whatever that Saturday may be. But starting this week, I changed the due date one day earlier to be Friday rather than Saturdays. I think that will serve both everyone a little bit better, as some students are wanting a pretty quick turnaround time, and I'm a little bit delayed in responding, and I don't want you to get frustrated because of that. So just want to make note of that. In terms of the objective for this week, last week we installed the database management system, SQL Server, SQL Server Management Studio, and made some basic installation configurations. And so now, and then we also installed the sample database called AdventureWorks, as well as the AdventureWorks data warehousing to the server. And so we are ready to start using database management system. And so this week we will be talking about learning the essential tools for designing a database. And so I'm assigning a couple of things in here. The MCSA Chapter 3 talks about some of the configurations that we could do, and MCSA Chapter 4 activities will take you through how to create some of the database elements. And then database using a ERD, which I'll talk about in the lecture video. And then we want to know some of those things from the platform. And so there's Chapter 3 on database design. And so there are 5 assignments that I'm listing here. So let's take a look at the Blackboard. And let me just talk a little bit about them. So here's the Zybook Chapter 3. It gives you a little bit of overview, so you'll get a little bit different flavor of database design flow, and it'll talk a little bit about each one of those items. And so go through that and learn some of the elements. ERD, here's a lab activity that I'd like you to do. Look at this documentation and the demo video. This will be a tool that you will use to design a good portion of the database. All right. And for the MCSA Chapter 3 activities, there are 2 things here. You're doing the activities 3-3. And when you go through some of these steps, I want to call to your attention that, sometimes people miss or use a different one. But anyway, I want you to be aware of the support number. And then when you get to the step of using your step number 12 on page 94 of that book, it's giving you, let me see if I can share that too. Okay, so when you go to the activity 3-3, it happens a couple of times, but anyway, in page 94, step 12, which is right here, maybe. Okay, so in page 94, in step number 12, they ask you to type this guy here, right? But in here, it is using the SQL Server instance that the author of this book used to create, right? So, but you probably didn't name your SQL Server instance like this. So you may have, but whatever you used, whatever name you gave for your particular SQL instance, use that instead. Then it should work out fine. So, like for me, I named mine as a SQL Server 2019. So whatever you use that, all right. The other thing that I wanted to point out is notice the C prompt here. So you may need to get back to the root directory, or you can set the path so that it'll understand the SQL command, all right. But make sure that you look at that carefully and do that portion. Okay. I think that's kind of pretty much it. And here's some notes that I posted up for you, and then you can do this 3 dash. Okay, for the next assignment, this is also from the MCSA chapter for activities. I'm basically assigning these 3 activities here in chapter 4: how to create a new database, how to alter a database configurations, and how to create the tables and its relationships. Those are pretty important, a function that you need to know when it comes to designing a database. So do them. And then here's a detailed instruction on how to do that as well. Here's a discussion question that I'm assigning. So here's a question about the views. So how is the view different from a temporary table? And some, do a little bit of lookup and share what you think is the reason. So that's pretty much it. So hope that it gives you a good overview. That's it for now. Take care. Bye bye.